Erev Tov Chavrim. I'm Stephen Benoon. You're watching Israeli News Live. We are still, of course, out of town right now. Be back into our office tomorrow evening where we'll be able to get back in the swing of things. And hopefully tomorrow evening we'll be able to bring you a very in-depth study that I've been working on. But I wanted to share with you something that I caught on RT News today. And as you can see on the screen here now, this reporter here is driving her car. She's headed to France, not far from the place that is called the Jungle, where a refugee camp is located there in France. But what's really strange in this video here is she's going to share with you the conditions of another Syrian refugee camp there in France that is the most deplorable conditions that you could ever imagine. It's in a little small town, like I said, not far from the notorious place called the Jungle. She's interviewing locals here about their feelings about this refugee camp in this particular area. Now, mind you, in just a few moments, you will see that the camp is directly across the street from very nice homes, but it is the most deplorable conditions you could ever imagine. The people that live here, though, in this community here are very nervous. They're very concerned about what is going on here in their community. And she's showing you now the homes there across the street, and then directly across the street there is just like a huge field of tents. And of course, it's been snowing and rain and the melted snow. The conditions are just unbelievable. There's basically one toilet house there per 100 people. There's, I think, 3,000 people estimated to be here. And, you know, I cannot help but say when I think of this situation here, the local residents are concerned for their safety, even though there is a police presence 24 hours a day. But then again, these people are in a desperate situation, and I cannot understand for the life of me how that the refugee crisis, not only are they living in tents, but the crisis that has gotten to the magnitude that it has in Europe, where these people have no place to go. And I think back in America, there's so many, like, for example, schools that are not even being used anymore that could easily house a lot of people and get people out of the weather. One Arabic man stated in the news broadcast here that people are not even so much allowed as to give them a blanket. The police don't allow people to give anything. They're not going to allow them to build or make anything better for the people there because they're concerned about how, how things could go, I guess. Who knows what the situation is when it comes to that. But to me, I'm seeing not only a humanitarian crisis in this, but it is a powder keg for violence to break out in Europe. And that's only one example here in France, one example of multiple places, no doubt, especially with the way the weather is in Europe. The weather is very cold. It's frigid here. These people living in tents and being very confined, to say the very least there. It's not only a humanitarian crisis, it's definitely it could easily turn into a violent crisis as well. I'm Stephen Benoon. We'll be catching up with more things for you guys tomorrow. We'll be looking more at the Middle East crisis going on as well. One of the main things we're looking at is we're going into a biblical teaching because of the environment and situation we're seeing in the Middle East. Where are we at prophetically in the Bible? What are we looking at right now? I will actually be taking you into the book of Revelation as well on this particular broadcast tomorrow evening. Again, be looking at the coming of the two witnesses, what's actually going to happen. I think it'll be a blessing for you guys. I'll be late, though, when I get in, and I'll be up super late, probably wee hours of the morning, putting this together for you guys because we want it to be a blessing for you. Anyway, pray for us as we'll be journeying back. We were just visiting my wife's aunt who had a stroke that's in the hospital in Austria here. So thank you for your prayers. God bless you. We love you, and shalom.